Hey, I'm Christina with Tinagirl Life. Today we're going to talk about Roombas, and in particular my iRobot Roomba that I have working on the landing here behind me. So I've owned a Roomba for about 8 years, and I'm going to answer some questions that people have whenever they come visit me and they see my Roomba plugged in, or the questions that I actually had before I bought a Roomba. So these are the questions I'm going to answer for you today. Do Roombas actually work? Do I still need a vacuum if I own a Roomba? Does a Roomba work for everybody's house? How often do you have to clean a Roomba? Are Roombas actually worth it? And the final question that everybody asks me is, do I like my Roomba? I set my camera up in time lapse over about 10 minutes so you can see how a Roomba works through a room. It seems like there's no rhyme or reason for the way it vacuums, but trust me, there is. In this video, I'm not going to explain all the high-tech features built into this machine because there are tons of really great videos on YouTube that other people have made going into those details. In my video, I'm covering what it is actually like to use a Roomba in real life and if it's a good fit for you. This is not a paid promotion. I paid for my Roomba myself, and it's actually my personal thoughts about this cool machine. The Roomba I'm showing you is the E6 model. It's the one currently for sale in our Costco warehouse anyways, and that's where I bought it from. In the box, you'll find the machine itself. You'll find an extra high efficiency filter and 2 dual mode virtual wall barriers, which I'll show you closer in a second. Inside the box, you're also going to find the iRobot easy to read owner's guide. You'll also find the warranty card and a quick setup card. And the first thing you're going to want to do is download the iRobot app on your phone. Once you have the app on your phone, you can control your Roomba from there. You'll be able to preset times for auto cleaning, and you'll also be able to see your cleaning history and details about your iRobot. We have a playhouse built in under our stairs for our grandkids, and I love how I can just pop my Roomba in there for a few minutes and the job is done in no time, and I didn't have to haul out my big vacuum. Roomba also does a great job cleaning under beds. Like we have a big king size bed and it just does such a great job going around cleaning under there. Let's answer question number 1. Do Roombas actually work? And the answer is absolutely yes. And in a few seconds, I'm going to empty this machine and show you what comes out of it. It's astonishing, actually. This is Winnie, our big Airedale Terrier. She still doesn't know exactly what to think of the Roomba. She just gets up and moves when it comes near her. And when she's had enough, she heads outside until Roomba's done. So we've had several pets in our house over the years, and they have all adjusted and gotten used to Roomba. It's okay. Roomba's almost done. This is another one of the features I really love. Roomba does an amazing job at cleaning between and this side of the spindles, and it's easy for me to run my Swiffer down the other side. So there's a built-in cliff sensor. Actually, there are multiple cliff sensors that keep it from going over the edge. Here you're going to get a really good view of the post that Winnie chewed up as a puppy. Here's a floor shot where you can get a good look at that edge sweeping brush that whisks the dirt, sand, and dust bunnies into the multi-surface brushes, which are those green rolly looking things that I'll show you in a bit. They are way better than the previous brushes that Roomba used to have. This is my Roomba's favorite place to go get stuck. It's not quite high enough. It's under my dining room table, and I have to sometimes go and push it out of there. As you can see, I put a little piece of 2x4 under there and just to lift that bottom part up. But yeah, once in a while Roomba gets stuck under there. It's the one thing in my house that's a little too low. Okay, I'm always really shocked when I empty my Roomba. I don't ever empty it on my cutting board like I'm doing today, but I wanted you to see how much fine dirt and dust this machine actually picks up. Now, when it's cleaning my house for about an hour and a half, I'm emptying it several times and it comes out looking like this. So every time you use your Roomba, you're going to need to empty it. If you have a house like mine with a dog and kids or grandkids running in and out and just everyday living, you're going to have dirt. I give my Roomba a thorough cleaning about once a week or two. I'll show you what's involved in that. The piece I just removed is the high efficiency filter, and cleaning this piece is essential. If you peek inside the Roomba, you can see a bunch of dust stuck in the back part there. And that's because the filter is so plugged that it doesn't have the strength to suck all the dirt all the way through into the bin. I do like to give my Roomba a little vacuuming out to get it really clean, like really deep clean. So I vacuum out the filter and the machine itself, and then I flip it over to see if there are any long hairs or string or anything else like that that's caught up in the wheels or the brushes. Sure enough, we have some string caught up in the edge sweeping brush. So I see quite a bit of hair in the multi-surface brushes as well, and even in the front wheel. And I'll show you how easy it is to take all these things apart, and it'll be clean in no time. If you have a Roomba, I'll post a link below where you can buy replacement parts. If you're using your Roomba regularly, you'll want to replace your filter about every 2 to 3 months, or when it's no longer pulling the dust and dirt all the way into the dustbin and you can't vacuum it out anymore. Your brushes should also last about a year or so. So while I'm cleaning this out, I'm going to tell you about my first Roomba. I bought my first Roomba used off of our buy and sell here in my city. And I pulled up in front of this huge multi-level, probably 6,000 square foot house on this big farm. And the guy I bought it from met me in the driveway, and he was followed out of his house by 3 big hairy dogs. And he basically said it didn't work for him, and I could actually see why. So to answer the question, does a Roomba work for every house? I don't think so. But maybe if the guy had just used it for his kitchen or family room, it would have been fine. Or maybe if he had multiple Roombas, that might have helped. So as you can see, I'm getting a lot of wound up hair stuck in my brushes. And the good thing is it's easy enough to clean out. I do have 3 daughters and myself with long hair, so that's what we're seeing here. Quite honestly, I should probably be running my Roomba daily to solve part of this problem. Finally, I'm just going to vacuum out the dustbin. So this part can be washed in water, but must be thoroughly dry before installing that filter back in. And the filter cannot be cleaned with water at all. My first Roomba shorted out when I plugged it in to charge it next to our dog's water bowl. It seemed like the perfect spot. And she eventually sloshed a whole bunch of water all over the top of it, and it just shorted out. It bit the dust. So really be careful with your Roomba and any liquids. Your Roomba will find its way into some pretty tight spots. I try to unplug things like our reclining couch or anything like this that will keep it from moving around freely. They really do a great job if they're free to move around. So the last 2 questions, are Roombas worth it? I think so. After all, this is my second Roomba. They're not maintenance free, that's for sure. And that was something that actually surprised me when I first got my Roomba. But I love turning on my iRobot and letting it get to work while I do something else. I really love my Roomba, and I actually would consider getting another one for the upstairs. I just wish iRobot would come out with like a drone or something that can dust my house. But in the meantime, I'll just enjoy what I have. Let me show you the dual mode virtual walls. They run on 2 AA batteries, and you can use them in 2 different ways. One is straight across an opening called virtual wall mode, like you saw earlier in my video where I used them to keep Roomba in the entranceway for that time-lapse video. And I also sometimes use them in front of that coffee table that Roomba tends to get stuck under. The other mode is called Halo mode, and you can use that in areas like where you have your pet food, or maybe have like a plant that drapes onto the floor or something like that. It's pretty cool, and I use these all the time for area cleaning. When Roomba's all done cleaning, she finds her way back home and parks herself on the charger. If you see that red light blinking, that means Roomba's not quite in the right spot on the charging contacts, or that maybe the charging contacts need to be cleaned. You're looking for a yellow flashing light to tell you it's charging. When it turns green, your Roomba is ready to clean again. Thanks so much for watching Tinagirl Life today. I hope I was able to help you out and make a decision if you're kind of on the fence about buying a Roomba. If you're interested, you can check out the link that I have listed below in my description. You can also check out my other YouTube channel called Tinagirl Travels, which is all about travel and travel accessories and things like that. I think you'd really like it. And please subscribe to my channel. The link should be right here. And that way you won't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. So I thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you next time on Tinagirl Life.